Hi guys, and welcome to Halifax Here. My name is Gina Harnish.
And I'm Adam Cooper.
Halifax Here is a My Halifax weekly podcast where we upload right here on our YouTube channel every Friday. We talk about things happening in Halifax, answer questions, and talk about things we thought you might like to talk about. So let's get into it. So for this week's episode, we're going to be doing a May recap of all of the videos we shot for our vlog. So the first one we did was at the very beginning of May, was the Portland Street Creperie.
Oh, that was a good one.
And,
that was a good video.
That was really, really good. So there's a little creperie
restaurant,
Yeah.
breakfast place, if you will.
Yeah, over in Dartmouth.
On Portland Street.
On Portland Street, yeah. So it's right.
Name gives it away.
Yeah, there you go. But that was really good. We went on a Sunday, I believe.
Well, yeah, it was Sunday.
And we got there right when they first opened at 10 a.m.
Well, we got there at 10 a.m. thinking, oh, it's going to be quiet. We'll get in, do some filming. Because typically when we go on like location to film, and I don't make it sound like we're shooting a movie, but as we are, so whatever. We normally try and get there when it's like going to be quiet, when things just open, so we can get in and we don't like interfere with any other people. Yeah. But it was bad. It was balancing.
It was not like that. Yeah, we got there and we had to wait in line. And then...
I just spilled that on
Did you?
Yeah. So we did have to wait in line.
And then once we got our crepes, and we were filming stuff, and there was a lineup, and there was like a 20-minute wait for people that were coming in at like 10:30, 11.
But I feel like it's the kind of place where you just expect that you're gonna have to wait, and it's worth waiting for.
Yeah, because I mean the crepes are delicious, and the people there are really nice, and they like, we didn't feel like someone commented on that video, and they went to the Portland Street Creperie, and they said like there was a huge lineup, but like they didn't feel rushed. Like the people serving them were like taking their time and making sure the crepes were made.
Yeah, I think the only thing is like it's not weird, but it's like if you go to a restaurant, you didn't wait any longer than you would if you're in a regular restaurant. The only difference is you stand in line, take your order rather than having someone come to you. And it's probably just because the location is a little bit is a small location. It's almost like a cafe, like a sandwich shop, that you probably don't care that the fact you're in a line. But if you were sitting down waiting for food, because it doesn't take that long for your order to come. No, it's just a case of like there's not like tons of space for seats. Yeah. But it's like so good, and I drastically underestimated the size of the crepes because we always research the vlogs, and I kind of figured out there was 3 I wanted to try, so I was going to do 3. And like in my day, like what everyone calls crepes here, they're just like we call them English pancakes. I guess we just want to own everything. I guess. I remember my mum once made me 24, and I ate 24 in one sitting. And I was proud of that. But those crepes were like 4 times the size of what I consider to be a crepe. Yeah. And they were full of like fruit.
Stuffed with stuff, yeah.
I had one that was peanut butter, bacon, and banana, called the Flatline. That was good. I had the Susie, which was like whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and cookie dough, wrapped up in another one. And I had another one which I can't remember now. I had 3.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And I put 2 away, and I left like a 3rd. Yeah. And you had that one that was like stuffed with apples, just a fruit.
Yeah, I think it was called fruit salad.
Fruit salsa.
Fruit salsa. Salsa. And it was really good. It had it had fruit in it and like a jam drizzle on top. I couldn't finish mine. It was really good and really large. Yeah, but it's one of those places that's like it's really cool. They've also got an outside patio area, so I think it would be cool to sit out there too. Yeah. But for us, the way we were shooting the vlog is like normally we went to the True North Dine and we shot there. Like we just had a regular meal, we filmed pieces in between, and we kind of hung out after. But like because of the way they were so busy, and like no one was unhappy, no one was complaining. Like it's still a really cool place, and like I wouldn't say the fact that there's a lineup is a negative thing. I think that's just an indicative of how good their food is. That we felt like we can't sit here and film. Like we've got shots of us like eating and them cooking. I got the guy flipping the spatula in slow motion. It's a knife, I think.
Whatever. That's even more impressive. Yeah. But like a lot of the pieces of the camera we shot after we left, just because we're like we can't hold this table.
Yeah, like there's people waiting in line. Like we don't want to sit there and just when we were done eating anyway. It's like
we always try and be respectful of where we're filming. Yeah. But that was a really good one to start the month off with, because it was just fun. And anything that involves food, I'm always a fan of.
I really want to go back actually and try their savory ones, because the ones we had were all sweet, and I really want to try. I think they have a donair one.
Yeah, they do.
And they have like a
ham and cheese Swiss and spinach and something else one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back and eat the remaining 3 sweet ones I didn't eat last time. I have a sweet tooth, so I'm not even sorry.
Yeah, and I think actually we follow them on Instagram, and I think they just released. It's called like a unicorn ice cream in a waffle cone. They have
a sister company called the Bubble Waffle, and they sell and they sell them like that. So it's just cool that they're doing a lot of cool stuff, and they're really blowing it up. Like it's like kind of like. It's almost like going into Willy Wonka's factory. Like he's just making the craziest things that like I shouldn't be able to eat this, but yes, I am.
Yeah. So that was great. The next one we filmed was
the Military Wives Choir.
The choir, yeah. So that was a bit of a different video.
Yeah. More so because like we always say at the end of every video, and I think we discussed this last week when we were talking about how you'd be featured. In My Halifax is that we've always said at the end of every episode from the very start. When we came with the idea for My Halifax, it was a case of we really wanted to show off Halifax because we love it, and it's an amazing city, and a lot of times there's a lot of stuff that happens in the city. And before we started My Halifax, I say to people, I went here this week, but I didn't know you could do that. And now people say in the street, we watched your video, I never knew that event was happening. And that's the whole reason, is that we want people to see all the fun stuff that you can do in the city. And we always say, if there's anywhere you think we should make a video, please let us know, because we try and cover as much as we can. But at the same time, it's like some stuff we have to really search to find. So a member of the choir reached out to us and was like, hey, we have a project that we've been asked to film by Ottawa, because the Military Wives Choir is across Canada. It's like it's a whole initiative by itself. And they said, but we don't have a budget, as in like they have, not like it's an endless budget, as in like they've got no money to make this video.
Yeah, because it's just like a bunch of volunteers.
Effectively, yeah. So they needed a way of filming it, and they needed basically everything. And they're like, would you help us? And we were like, yeah. And originally we turned up to get the footage for them, but because it was such a good organisation, I thought it was really cool, especially considering that Halifax has all 3 parts of the military in it. I thought there might be other people that might want to see this, so we made a vlog to kind of show us behind the scenes shooting, because it was effectively a real shoot for us. Like, there was permits for locations, we were on locations, we had a shooting schedule, we had 2 cameras rolling. We were like, we went at it.
We did,
and it was really cool because they were such an amazing group of ladies.
Yeah, the I think her name was it LaQuisha? LaQuisha. She came out and introduced herself. She was super nice.
So friendly and so humble.
So friendly, yeah. And it just like makes you how important something like that is for people in the military, or have spouses in the military, because you're moving all over the country. Like, you don't know anyone when you move. Like, a lot of the women there aren't from Halifax. They moved here from all over Canada. Yeah,
and there's one lady, she moved she came from Halifax, she went to Ottawa and she came back.
Yeah.
And it is important, because not only do they get like displaced a lot, also their partners go out and get deployed, and they are effectively by themselves. And that's, especially for kids, like you can't sit there and say to your kids, oh, your dad's gone, I miss your dad, or I miss your mom. Like, you have to be strong for your kids, and then who do you have? And like, being in an organisation like that, you've got each other.
Yeah,
and they kind of understand that.
Yeah, and they're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So they all understand.
And there was a lady who will link her Facebook page in the description. One of her children, or I think it's one of her children, has ADHD, and she has a whole Facebook page dedicated to parents with people with ADHD, and how the struggles you can face raising them, and how people don't understand it. And it's a really good page. She has really good content about about ADHD and how you manage it. And she actually followed us before we even met her doing this, but she said, oh, do you want to check out my page? And I was really impressed with just how heartfelt she is and honest about that. And that again brings me back to why doing something like My Halifax is so rewarding, because I would never have found that page and never have seen the content she puts out if we hadn't have been vlogging together or been in the vlog. So it's just a case of like, sometimes you never know where a message about come and film something for us, so we'll take you. And that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And so yeah, we sent the footage to them.
Yeah.
Because we filmed them singing a couple songs.
Yeah, so we kind of have like, we have the vlog, but a lot of people are like, oh, we only heard them sing for 2 minutes, for like 2.5 seconds. That was kind of deliberately done because we were there to film their project for the Canadian Military Wives Choir as an organisation. That footage is being put into a larger project which is being sent out, I believe, Canada Day. So realistically, it seemed a bit unfair from our point of view for us to film them for their project and then get the jump on them effectively and say, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to show you them singing, but at the same time we couldn't use the footage because it's going to be used for another project. And it's like, I think I used an analogy last time, it's like, it'd be like going to review a film and saying, here's my film review, and just playing the film.
Yeah.
And so we sent the footage to them, and I sent them all the B-roll we had. I sent them the static shots we have of them singing, and then we gave them an audio track which we cleaned out as much of the sound as we could, because we were out on the Pier 21, so it was loud. And then I edited them like one together, which they could kind of put to their own use as an organisation. So we kind of had two different things happening. So they all seemed to really be happy with the project, so that was cool.
Yeah. And they, I think we talked about this in another podcast, didn't we? They gave us
we did. We were last week when we were talking about featuring people.
Yeah.
Making a mess of it. Sorry.
They gave us a really nice thank you card. If you didn't see last podcast, they gave us a really nice thank you card and a bunch of cupcakes. Like, they're just really, really nice people. And it's just really nice to do something for people that are nice like that.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of times like we'll go into businesses and we'll feature them, and sometimes like, especially when they're a business, like when we went in and we filmed Sweet Ideas, and we go back, well, we went back a couple of weeks ago, we were down that part of town to just go and see them and buy some of the stuff because it was really good. And they kept giving us stuff for free, and that's really hard for us because like we want to support local. So then when you start giving us stuff for free, it's like, well, we're not really supporting you now. We just kind of like, we feel a bit guilty. And we appreciate the gesture, but honestly, we're always happy to pay for people's products. But those girls sent us like the biggest thing of cupcakes ever.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of like, it was so kind, so completely necessary because we had the best time being there because like we love what we do. But we did eat all the cakes.
We did. We ate all of them.
It was good.
So the next video we filmed was Sandy Lake Park, which is up in Bedford, and we talked about this before as well, didn't we?
We did. I can't remember why though.
But that's it's just right off of the Bedford Highway.
I think the reason why we talked about it again last week because we were talking about how we come up with different ideas and how we feature people.
Oh, right, yeah.
But so I apologise if this is seeming very similar to what we said last week.
Very repetitive.
Very repetitive, but it's not. But again, that park is a park that I would consider to be a complete hidden gem. Yeah. Like, we wanted to feature, because this year we're like 3 years in now, and it's a case of there's certain things that we're having to like this weekend's Doors Open, well we already did Doors Open last year, so I need a bit of a gap between them. So we'll probably go and check out Doors Open, but we might not necessarily vlog about it. So we're also looking at things like, okay, where's the hidden gems that we haven't found yet? And Gina found Sandy Lake Park, and I was expecting this like little park, like a little swing set, and whoa, it was completely different. It was like this oasis. Yeah. It was really cool. Yeah. Apart from get eaten by flies.
Yeah, the flies were really bad, but I think that's just because it was May and
also it's a mild winter, so they didn't die.
Yeah. Flies are gonna be bad this year. But yeah, it was so quiet, and there were some people there, but I mean, you can't really avoid that.
No. Well, no, it wasn't like it was like crazy busy. Like there was a couple of people with dogs, but they're like, it wasn't like it was like you couldn't move. Yeah. Because it's not the biggest park in the world, but it's like it basically walks straight out onto effectively quite a big lake, really. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, this is so cool. Yeah. And it's like so close to the city, and I think that's the thing is like if you watch that video, you might think we drove like 35 minutes to get there, but we literally did it in 7. Like it's not far from Bedford at all. Mm-hmm. And it's just, again, it's just another hidden gem that it's stuff like that helps make you realize how lucky you are to live in a city like Halifax, because like you could go down there with like I don't know if you need a permit, but you could go down with like a little temporary barbecue. You could have a barbecue there. There's picnic benches. You could throw a ball.
Yeah,
you could swim.
And they have like there's a little tiny parking lot when you first get like where the signs are, but then if you keep driving through, there's a giant parking lot that is right next to the trail. We didn't know that because we've never been there, so we parked at the small parking lot and then we walked down the road.
Sorry about that, we had a slight technical issue, as in it was kind of a big deal, the camera battery died. So, but we were kind of talking about Sandy Lake Park, and we were saying how nice it was.
Yeah, basically they have a spot like a sand...
Kind of like a beach, really.
Yeah, but further back from the lake, you can set up, it's like a sand...
Almost like a sandbox.
Like a giant sandbox. Where you can put nets to play volleyball or badminton or whatever, or just play in the sand.
Or horseshoeing.
Yeah. They have picnic tables, and it just looks... And
there's a hike all the way around, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it goes all the way around the lake, but it goes pretty far in. And the lake just looks like something that you would want to go swim in. Like,
it was super clean.
Yeah, it was really clean, which we touched on in the...
Yeah, there's an organisation that basically keep it clean. They were super cool.
Yeah.
And they reached out to us and said that they said, we enjoy the video and thanks, because we keep the water clean. And like, you guys rock.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And then the next video we did was a coffee shop in Bedford called Cortado Tasting Room. And we met those guys at the Beverage Expo.
Yep.
Back in March
or April.
Something, when it was cold, earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they were there. They're in the Parks of West Bedford.
Yeah.
Right across from the BMO Centre.
Yeah, it was one of those episodes, I think I say it because that would have been the video that went out this Monday. Because normally when we film, like, we try and keep it as realistic as it can be, so that you kind of get to see what we're doing. So as we're doing it, you're kind of like with us. But that was one of those videos where we kind of just went and had a coffee and filmed stuff. Like, it wasn't, there was like, I always talk about, it always make the vlog work. I always like, we have to be deliberate when we shoot. So it's not like just endless, like, just like, it's got some structure to it. But that one was just like, it was such a chilled environment. Just like like we had chai tea lattes, and it was just like super chill. And Mello, we just sat down and kind of like, I explained where we were and what we did, but it was just like super zen.
Yeah. And
it's just one of those vlogs. It came out really well, but I think that's because it was just like such a nice like spot.
Yeah, it's a nice coffee shop. It was really good. We actually bought coffee, not from the coffee shop, but from the guy, the vendor that was at the Beverage Expo, and it's really good coffee.
Third way coffee.
Yeah.
We definitely talked about third way coffee a couple of times on here.
Yeah.
Because, but it's the most amazing thing. Like the different notes and the different levels of flavor. Like, it's crazy how just elevated coffee's become. And I was just like, damn, that's some good coffee. I
didn't know coffee could be at that level.
Yeah.
Like, because we're not really coffee connoisseurs or anything.
Yeah, we just like a cup of joe.
Yeah, but for people who love coffee and are really into it, like, definitely check out that.
Yeah, and it's just again, it's like if you're into the BMO Centre anyway, like, run across the street and grab a coffee. Like, it'll be a good coffee, and the food was good too. Like,
yeah.
It was just nice, and I mean, part of the reason why we do the monthly recaps is so in case you've missed one of the vlogs, you can kind of get a taste of which one's there. Because sometimes, you might have been in the Parks West Bedford all the time and not realise that there's a coffee place right there.
Yeah.
Depending which side you go in or see them there, because they're kind of tucked away a little bit. So that's kind of it, really.
Yeah. I like to do the wrap-ups though, because I like to talk about our experience filming. If like something funny happens or something weird happens, like, it's just nice to kind of wrap everything up and
give you the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Because especially you look at like the Canadian Military Wives Choir on our Facebook page, a lot of people are like, we wanted to hear more than 2 seconds worth of singing. I was like, okay. In the video, I didn't obviously explain it very well.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why we couldn't give it. Like, I would never, if someone had said to us, oh, can you come and film us singing and feature us in my Halifax, then that'd be different. But when they're like, can you film us and do this for a project there, that was the goal. We just made a vlog about it because we thought they were cool.
Yeah.
So it's nice when we do the wrap so we can kind of explain that and put everything out there.
Yeah, we can explain more of behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we might wrap it up here. So thank you for watching this week's episode. Next week we're going to be talking about Art Battle. So it's actually happening next Friday night. So we probably won't put the podcast out until Saturday because we kind of want to talk about our experience there.
Yeah.
And we won't know until we go. We've been to Art Battle before, but
several times. But this is the final. This is a big deal.
Yeah, and my sister's actually competing in it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
and
whoop,
it's the finals, and the winner gets to go to Toronto. So if you go, vote for Julianne Harnish.
Yeah. JH all the way.
Yeah. Anyway, so if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course right here on YouTube. And have a great weekend.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.